Well, I was born as the, you know, third son of Evangelist P.M. Joseph, Calcutta, and he was an evangelist, church planter, songwriter, missionary, and we are 7 in number. And I grew up in a Christian family, rather as a Christian, missionary kid. But I came to know about the Lord when I was 10 years old, when I was studying in 5th grade. I heard about Jesus, about his death, the fact that I'm a sinner, I need to be saved. Then I accepted the Lord when I was 10.
Okay.
Then I had a baptism later, after a few years. Then when I was 17, when I was doing my PU, pre-university college, I had the burden to reach the world with the gospel. So I dedicated myself for the cause of Christ. Well, this is something that I do now that I hated to do when I was young. Because growing up in an evangelist family, seeing all the difficulties of life and how people would treat my dad, anyone who is growing up in such situation wouldn't become an evangelist or a preacher or Bible teacher. So, like any teenager, I was a rebel. I said, well, this is the last thing that I would do. But, the Lord spoke to me through His Word and through many servants of God. Then I myself was convinced of the need of reaching youngsters and children and the need of evangelizing the world. And that's when I dedicated my life for, the ministry of the Lord. Well, I would say, I have a musical background because my dad was a professional singer. He was trained in classical music, Carnatic music. And my mom used to play harmonium and banjo. I don't know whether you have seen Bulbul.
Okay.
Yeah, she used to play that. So when we were growing up, we had all the instruments like harmonium, tabla, flute, violin, guitar, triple drum, and so on and so forth. So I grew up in that, music background. Plus, I say a little joke about that. I have a flat feet and a sharp tongue. Therefore, I'm a natural musician. So I kept hearing it. So I think it's in my blood. And music is another language. Just like our communication, it's another language. You put your thoughts in poetical format, and you sing it, and it is appealing to mind. See, what do people do when they are happy? They sing. What do they do when they are sad? They sing. What do you do when you are all alone and nothing to do? At least you whistle something, isn't it? So music is the finest expression. And the beauty of music is that you can put great, tremendous things in 4 lines, right?
Yeah.
Like for example, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the words of sky, like a diamond in the sky. It's just 4 lines. But within that 4 lines, the entire astronomy is there, right?
Yes.
So that's a big thing. Learning about the universe is a big thing, but that is summarized in 4 lines. You can also expand one single theme into a Mahakavya, like a big volume of work. And when you put tune, it affects your mood. Because, there are people who find comfort in singing songs when they are lonely, when they are sorrowful, when they are sick. And songs encourage people. And, you must have heard about this Gloomy Sunday, a song that was composed in 30s, which was banned by BBC later because it prompted a lot of people to commit suicide because there's a message in music. So I would say like a sermon, like a book, like a novel, or even like a movie, it's a powerful medium. And I still believe in music. It affects people, encourages people, challenges people. And what is most important is what we say through music. What is a message in music? Rather than, sometimes we go by the hype of it, like the background or the voice of the singer or the style of singing or the type of singing. Is it a country or rap or pop or blues? More than that, what is said? What is the message you are sending across through your lyrics? So you should go by the line of the music. So it's very powerful. Very powerful.
Yeah, you mentioned about the effective communication through music.
Yep.
Now, I do understand that. Now, how about using other tools of medium in media itself, like social media or Twitter, any other, those type of dimensions as technology is widespread?
Why you ask me that question in the first place? Is that a taboo?
No, because now to use these types of media, some people consider it as unholy. There's one reason it is the generation gap.
Yeah, I think that kind of opposition was always there. You know, when there was when radio was becoming popular, lots of people said, radio is Chagattan's petti. That means, devil's box.
Okay.
You should not listen to radio, never buy radio. Then we came to know about the impact of that particular media.
Okay.
Because all over the world, people listen to music and they listen to sermons, they listen to news. So it was becoming very popular and influential in the society. And then we have now, there are scores of radio stations exclusively dedicated for preaching the gospel. Media is actually neutral. You are asking me, is a knife good or bad? Well, it depends on how you use it.
Okay.
I can use it to cut vegetable, I can also use it to kill somebody.
Okay.
So media is neutral. It all depends on how you use it. So when radio was popular, maybe in the 70s or 80s, a lot of people were against it and they spoke and preached against it. But now we know it is a very powerful tool. I've been speaking through a radio for 2 years. And lots of response, a lot of people got saved. Then came television in the 70s. Then people are against television. No television. Now we know there are lots of Christian channels. A lot of people do programs. Even I have a television program in Atmiya Yatra. If you log on to www.ay.tv, you can watch online. And also some back issues are put in YouTube. The program's name is Sharrandal, followed by thousands of people. It's very powerful tool. You get to speak to lots of people, and you wouldn't know what subject, what sentence, which verse, or what theme is going to touch and minister to what kind of people. There is no boundary. You are not seeing your audience, but you are ministering to a group of people with no boundaries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Then came internet, then people said, oh, this is www is equal to 666, this is the Antichrist. I think that's crap.
Okay.
Media is neutral, we have to use, we are God's people, and every technology is coming from human brain, and human brain is supplied by God.
Okay.
And we need to tap that. Tell me, why should the devil have, all these resources to his end? Why he should fill the earth, the world with all the filth? Why don't we take that place and use it for God's glory?
Yeah, amen to that.
Yeah.